All right, so I sat down today to chat with you about some things that I have accumulated over the years that give me some peace of mind during times of uncertainty. I feel like a lot of preparedness channels talk about this kind of thing, but I want to talk about it in a positive, attainable way like we do on this channel. I really want everyone to be able to handle emergencies with a level head, because if you are chaotic, then I don't feel like you are going to be very helpful or very productive during any of those emergencies. And when we talk about emergencies, they could be a variety of issues. So if you take this video and if you see it and if you think that we are crazy, if you think that preparing for the unknown is a wild idea, then maybe just sit down and you can learn some things from myself or my community. There are so many like-minded people and so many helpful, positive people in the comments down below. So if I can't answer your question, I'm sure somebody in there can. I prepare for any type of emergency. I'm a mom to 4. I have a husband who is a first responder, so oftentimes if there is an emergency, I may not have him. He may be helping all of you. So I feel like it's important, and I feel like it's my job to do that, not only as a mother, but as a productive member of this community. I have neighbors that are elderly. There are people that do need help. So if you're not doing it for yourself or your children, maybe think about your community. And if you have the means to help, this might help you. So we are starting strong with the number one thing on my list, and that's going to be water. I feel like it's so important to have water. You should have water to be able to drink it, cook with it, bathe with it if you need to, clean with it. If you have animals, you need to have water for them. There are so many ways that you need water in your life every single day, and you should be able to filter it out if you do need to go and collect water. I have many videos about water in general because I'm so passionate about it. We get our water from a local spring. You can find water on findaspring.com, but there are many systems out there that you could use. If you're using some sort of filter system that's filtering out all of the contaminants, I suggest adding some more trace minerals back to that water, just because that filter is going to be the best of the best trying to get all that yuck out. It may pull some of the good minerals and bacteria out of your water, and you may need to add back to it. So yes, look into trace minerals, look into ways to filter the water, and definitely look into ways to get to water in the event of any emergency. With water, you always have to say food. I find that it's really important to have food stocked up. If you are not a gardener or a home canner, or just somebody that doesn't like to preserve food, just going to anywhere and finding food to put in the freezer or to make shelf stable, then I suggest just going to Walmart, spending like $20 a month and getting a variety of canned items. They're not going to be highly nutritious. They'll probably be high in sodium, so you'll be needing more water. And it works. It really does. I would not suggest them like long-term, like years and years and years of storage, but it will work. So yeah, $20 a month, that will help you. Some people don't like canned food. I suggest maybe getting a freeze dryer. And again, if you don't like home preserving, they even sell those at Walmart, just food that is freeze dried, or you could find a variety of them on Amazon. I have some of my favorites that actually taste good linked on my Amazon storefront, but I will try and link them in the description box too, just so you can get that direct link. But yeah, food's important to have. I feel like you know that, but sometimes people need to know it a little more. If you look back on my videos of the last 7 years, you will see that we don't like to spend a lot of money on food. Although that would be great, we like good food and we like to find it at a discount. So we go to a lot of discount stores to find that. I come from a family of hunters, so I'm lucky enough to get fish or deer meat whenever I need it, and we like to preserve that. So I like to home can. I like to utilize my freezer. I know a lot of preppers don't love that just because you need energy to keep that freezer going. We'll talk about generators here on the list in a little bit, but it is important to be able to know how to preserve that food. So that is my segue into the next category, and that is going to be books, recipe books, not just digital copies of directions on how to do things in the kitchen, but physical copies are so important. So I have a variety of home preserving food related books in my preparedness pantry, but you can find a lot of these items at your local library, on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes people even give them away for free, but find like the ball canning, or find a way to cure meats, or find a book on freeze drying. Whatever it is, even if you want all of them, it's really important to have that in a physical copy. Just because I think I can remember all of those, I may not remember a certain time. And honestly, if you are home canning, or if you are home preserving your own foods and you get a time, a temperature off, that could be detrimental to yourself and your family's health. So I feel like having that physical copy is just some extra peace of mind. And then with that, have some maps of your city to know local waterways, or ways to get places. Even if you have lived there your whole life, you may not know where certain things are. So having maps of your local area is important. I always like to say have like a pocket dictionary or a pocket translator of some common languages. You may need to speak to someone that doesn't speak your language, and those dictionaries, those translators are like $2. So why not have one, just so you can talk to that person? Because honestly, communication is everything, and I feel like that's really important. Another thing that I like to have in a physical copy is books of medicinal plants in my area. I am an herbalist by trade. I do content creation, but my heart belongs in nature, and I really think that nature was put here to help us, to heal us, and to be our peace of mind as well. So find books on medicinals, practice herbalism. It's really important to continue that education when it comes to different herbs and plants that you can use to help with your family. Next on my list is going to be light. I talk a lot about light. It's not fun when it's dark out. Some people love it, like myself, but sometimes it can be a bit daunting. So it's really important, if the power went out, if the grid went down, for instance, you may want some candles. I like to make my own beeswax candles. I have a video on that in my emergency playlist. I also like to have multiple sources of light. Chargeable batteries fall in this category, chargeable devices, and there are different ones on the market, but I've really been loving this O-Light. I've worked with O-Light before. I have the matte black version here in my hand. I think it's so compact, and it's got some weight to it, which I do like. I like to clip this on me whenever I go out to the chicken coop at night. Because it's so bright and because it's so trustworthy, it has many features on here, and I will show you what each one does. But I've really been loving O-Light. I think it's a dependable company, and they make a quality product. So I will have everything linked in the description box down below. They are having a sale coming up here soon, and they have multiple devices, but this is the Arc Pro, and we have two. My husband has one and he uses it at work, and I have the other one, and I use it for a variety of things on the homestead. So I couldn't go a preparedness video without mentioning the O-Light. I absolutely love this company, and I just love that their devices are dependable and well made. I find that some of these rechargeable items that you may find can sometimes fall apart, or maybe they have a piece that's just not durable. And when you're talking about preparedness, you want something that actually is going to withstand the test of time, and you can get multiples of. So I love that this is at a great price point for what it does. And again, everything will be linked for you down in the description box. Thank you, O-Light, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. We love your products. Another thing that I like to have in my preparedness pantry is a way to cook food, and you could have multiple ways. I always say that you should have multiple ways of doing that one thing. When you're talking about cooking food, you may find it to be challenging without power. So find a way to comfortably cook food on an open flame, or you could get some sort of propane cooking device. I have a double convection burner that I can plug into my generator, which is really easy. Or you could just simply not cook hot food. That is something that you can do as well. I've had questions about that in the past. Can't I just, like eat a sandwich or something? Absolutely, you can do that. I am just saying, if you want a hot meal, it does add that added comfort, and I feel like it's just nice to have. So find a way to cook the meals that you may need. There are a variety of ways to do that. I will have my favorites linked in the description box down below, but a hot meal is always really nice to have. Next on my list is going to be backup medication, and it really depends on the prepper. I say this often, but each case is going to be so individual. And then if you are a mother or someone caring for another person, it's really important to know that person's health as well. So, you know, extra bandages are going to go a long way. Rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, just different items like that for first aid. I love to grow yarrow and I use that as a bleed stop. My husband comes from the first responder side and has multiple ways to treat a wound, such as tourniquets and things of that nature. And coming from the herbalist side, I have a variety of tinctures and dried herbs that can aid in any issue that may arise during an emergency scenario. But a lot of people do turn to modern medicine, and I do have my Ozio medical bag on the shelf at all times. So yes, all that to say, there are a variety of items, and Ozio offers different packs. So take a look at it. Even if you are not for modern medicine, there may be a few things on there that you would like to have in the event of an emergency. All you do is have an interview with a real live physician, and they go through your health history and they send these right to your doorstep. And it does have all of the information you may need. Again, times of uncertainty, these may be nice to have, and I just have it as a big peace of mind. Of course, with these types of medications, I'm always going to be supporting our gut health. I think that's really important. If you are on any of these type of medications, I feel like it's, again, really important. I am not a doctor. I am not a physician. I am just a mom with a little bit of experience, and having that good bacteria in our gut is really helpful if you are going through one of those protocols. Also, with medication, I always like to put my supplements in here. Some people don't really love supplements. I absolutely do, because I take quality supplements and I feel like that's a big difference. I don't just order them on Amazon. I do deep research, and I take all of my supplements from the brand Perfect. I feel like they're the best supplements out there. I feel like they make a quality product, and you actually see a result if you stick with that supplement protocol. Currently from Perfect Supplements, I love their beef liver. I love their mushroom immunity for cold and sick season, but I also like their type 2 collagen that helps with joint health, arthritis, things of that nature. Again, these are no health claims or medical claims. I'm just telling you what works for me. They have a variety of products out there that I love. I also take their chlorella for detoxing. And on the subject of detoxing, if you are trying to get rid of heavy metals, which newsflash, all of us have them because they come from so many different places in our life, and our bodies were never made to encounter this many toxins, to be honest with you. So if you can detox in any sort of way, I suggest doing that. I take TRS for a heavy metal detox. They also have a really incredible product, but if you don't want to go down the supplement route, I talked about the sauna that I have, and I did a video on that last week, and I love that, just the classic sweating it out. But if you don't have means to do a sauna, maybe get in the bathtub and do a detox bath. Some of you have said to me that you don't like baths, and I think that's so silly, but sometimes I get it. You know, detox baths can be incredibly healing. I do a little bit of Epsom salt in mine. I do some bentonite clay, baking soda. Sometimes if I'm feeling it, I'll do like lavender essential oil, but that's not necessary. The key is to get it super warm, and you're going to sweat it out. So you can sweat out sickness, you can sweat out toxins, you can do a lot with the detox bath, and it's affordable for some of you that aren't going to go down the supplement route, and some of you aren't going to go down the sauna route. I mean, there are different ways that you can get out toxins, but those are like the three that I go to. So I feel like that's important to mention during an emergency video, just in case you encounter some sort of sickness that you don't know what to do with, and maybe you can't get to the doctor. There are so many on my preparedness list that I could mention right now, and I've done videos about those items in the past, such as, you know, collecting cash, precious metals, and whatnot. But I just wanted to go over some of the basics to not overwhelm some of the beginner preppers out there. I definitely am no seasoned prepper. I have just obtained some information, and I've been through a lot of emergency situations where I've used all of these items. So that is where my experience and know-how comes from. But of course, some of you want to do deep research. So I suggest doing that for your own scenario, your own personal preparedness journey, and just go for it. Do what you can do with the budget that you have, and always utilize some of those free items out there. I always suggest collecting non-GMO heirloom seeds. I always have those in my garden, but some of you don't garden, you don't like to do that. So that's okay. But there are different ways to get free items is what I'm trying to say. I always get my seeds at the library because they have a seed swap there. There's ways to get free food if it's necessary for you. I don't suggest taking all the free food if you have the means to get it, but there are ways to get all of these preparedness items at a very discounted rate. You just have to be creative, and you may have to work a little harder, to be honest with you. I find that sometimes people use this channel or myself as a crutch to do things for them. Dial your local 211 if you're having any food insecurity. Yeah, there are people out there that want to help you, myself included. You can use my channel as a resource, as it's free. It's not free of your time, but I feel like a lot of people just need to do a deep dive within themselves and realize what you could be doing now to prepare yourself for the future in a variety of ways. So with that being said, always keep your mental health right and your physical health. Get out there, get some sunshine in your eyes, and think about what matters and what you can do, again, every single day to be preparing yourself for the future in these types of emergencies. The world right now, I don't want to call it an ugly place because I still see beauty in it, and I see beauty in the communities that I see. I suggest maybe putting down the phone more, not listening to the news, and really just living your life in this positive way, and see what you can do to be a positive contribution and stick up for those that need it. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. Drop down anything I forgot in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out the O-Light. I will have that linked in my description box, and any of those other links that you may need will be in the description box as well. But if you need something specific, just comment down below. I'm pretty good about commenting back, and I will catch you soon. Bye, y'all.
I might go too fast.